Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more strange horticulture with me, your host, Olaf. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't know why the background music was like not playing. That's a little weird. Anyway, yes, we are back at it. We are actually probably going to finish it up today. We don't have that much left to. Well, we do have a lot left to do. There's still quite a bit to do in and around everything, but so yeah. Let me just get everything set up here. So yeah, we do know that this strange cult is trying to release the awakened Dendru, the servant, whatever you want to call him. It's none of it's good. None of it's good. This is like a Lovecraftian type horror that is just, yeah, he is, or it is, um kind of going haywire. And I think it might be Ruben's daughter that is like doing everything, because we have in and around the cards that we get every day, we kind of are getting a story of a girl who found this book that is tied to this big dark evil. And basically she found it, she buried it, and then she lost her mother. I think it was she lost her mother to typhoid. Her father started drinking heavily, and yeah, that's, she left. She was picked up and taken in by the sisterhood, which would explain why the sisterhood, the leader of the sisterhood was one of the first people to die if she summoned this thing. And she's trying, and is trying to keep like control of it and everything like that. So, with that said, let's see what new fresh hell we get into. So, all right. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm like, all right. We can always test the audio by petting the kitty. There we go. All right. So yeah, we are at the end of day 11. I think if I remember right, there's 16 total days. Let's see here. So we have Patterson's Guide to Fatal Fungi and their antidotes. We also have the Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner. Many hundreds of years ago, created near Blackcomb to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak, and the Dendru was ousted. Okay, so near Blackcomb, south of the Watcher. I don't know if we need to go there. Where's Blackcomb? I'm not seeing anything. Well, Blackcomb, the Watcher. Okay, let's see if we can't find either Blackcomb or the Watcher. Wave Class goes forth. Great Gable. Michael Crag, the Old Man. Risdale Forest. Indamore. Black Barrow. Oh, Blackcomb. There we go. So basically, this would be near near Blackcomb, south of the Watcher, the Great Oak. So there's Swineside Stone Circle. That was where everything was done, where the latest thing was, the latest incarnation of the Woken Dendru was released, or at least where there were deaths. All right. When her chance finally came, she did not hesitate for even for a moment. Afterwards, when the Arda was dead, she felt only elation. Years after she had first laid eyes on the book, she had what she needed. What she needed? That's very ominous, but okay. The first letter of the Latin name of a plant known as golden light. The number of petals on the lucky Caballia, which is 7. I do remember that. I remember that. Everbright? Is that known as golden light? Does not look like it. All right. I know there was one that was like supposed to give supposedly like leads to gold. Because we had given it to somebody. Yes. Okay, Weeping Bell. So L7 is what you're saying. So L7. I amble through Meadowland, stopping every often to examine any wildflowers that catch my eye. Buttercups, daisies, cowslips, red clover, knapweed, cat's ears, and hidden among them something new for my collection. Choose something new. All right. Let's take a look at you. Somewhat pungent. And you are... The flowers are blue. But they do have like a kind of a bell or cup-like design. Bethany Coleman. It came for us. We were attacked in the night by the servant. In all my time in the forest, I have never experienced anything like what happened last night. The forest came alive and drove the beast back. Yes, because we gave you some... Duina saved us. It's the only explanation that makes sense. One thing is clear, we cannot do this alone, and we must not allow the servant to get its hands on what it's looking for. I'm trusting you with this, the secret that the Sisterhood have kept for hundreds of years, a tool to defeat the Woken Dendru. Keep it safe. Use it wisely, And you'll know how to open it, of course. You'll know how to open it, of course. Right, so we got a Guardian of the Forest. And we have something that is locked, which... Okay, it was Clavilium, right? Yes, that will open stuff. So, alright. Now we just need to remember which one's which. Clavinium. Follow the Dudden tributary to its source. Okay, we'll deal with you in a bit. First is the corpse friend, a reminder. Then comes the ankle grabber, the binder. Third is the fear bringer. Fourth, to lift a curse. And last, a pedal to secure Black Blood's reverse. Okay. Follow the Dudun tributary to its source. Okay, so... River Dudun. So, alright. Now, the tributary, though, that's kind of... The Dudun tributary. Now that's a little curious. Because here's the River right, but maybe here, so the tributary... I've never seen a plant like this before, and it's here growing in abundance. Alright, you are like bell-shaped things. We are quickly running out of somewhat damp smell, dark red flowers. Okay. Hey, David. How's it going? They're saying the Sisterhood has been attacked. Don't know much more than that, but those seeds of redemptionists have got all excited about it. There's a bunch of them chanting outside Pulliver's right now. Foxfield, Trident. Okay, well, we know what to do with that. So Foxfield is here. And the Trident points to this one. From Foxfield, the Trident points me in the direction of some foothills northwest of Swineside Stone Circle. A faint path leads me over a ridge and into a dell. Here, a plant thrives, sheltered from the wind. All right, what do you have? You are bluish, purplish flowers. Okay. Forced Veer. I'm going to Blackcomb. I will kill this servant. My people have a saying, he who lives without fear does not live at all. I will not say that I am not afraid, but it would be no bad thing to die hunting such a noble adversaries. We'll take some Ember Soul. Right, Ember Soul is protective properties. Okay. We do know what Ember Soul is. Ember Soul is this. Widow's Woe, said to induce fear, also called Kempfoot, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers grow from a bed of long, thin leaves. All right, let's see if we can't identify that. Dark flowers. Dark purple flowers. Dark flowers growing out of a bed of long, thin leaves. Somewhat damp smell. Dark red flowers. Hello there, Christina. Welcome. I just realized I need to change a couple things here real quick. There we go. So I'm willing to bet. So yeah, the Kempfoot would probably somewhat damp smell. So I'm willing to bet this is probably Widow's Woe. Why did you get all moved around? There we go. All right, what do you got for me? Allow me to present my services. I own a small shop that specializes in curiosities. I would have thought that someone in your position ought to be interested in perusing our collection of manuscripts and elixirs, for example. I've been pretty good, mostly. Other than having to go and get gas for the mower and mow at least the front yard today because the city's getting all their panties all in a bunch. All right, so Arnside Antiquities. So I'm guessing you are in Arnside, which is... right. Arnside. The dark exterior of Arnside Antiquities blends into the surroundings. A tailor called Jones and an ugly-looking haberdashery. To the extent that I walk past it 3 times before I find it. Inside, however, I am greeted by a world of intrigue and wonder. Old trinkets sit alongside faded books and manuscripts, while strange utensils and machines, their uses unfathomable, occupy rows of display cases. It is some time before I peel myself away, returning to Undermere with 2 new recipes for elixirs that demand further study. Alright, so... made from a combination of Arboretum Alactritas, Maculosus Retentia, and Mens Fortis. This powerful elixir is dangerous and extreme caution advised. It's said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but no longer really with us. And St. Quentin's elixir, elixir will enable any drinker of it to overcome the sense of fear, though it should be considered beforehand that fear is not always a bad thing. For example, it would not be wise to drink this near the edge of a cliff. A 5-pointed leaf to grant courage, red flower to protect the mind, and seed pod for luck. All right, well, let's take a look and see what you are. So... Bertium electrosis. Okay, so Cabalia. All right, so let's go ahead and say Cabalia. All right, and now we're looking for Mens Fortis or Maculosus, something or other. Mens Fortis is Dranthium. Dranthium. All right. No, not that one. Hinchuck is Maculosus retentia, which we have tentatively okay, and that tells us that yes, we did it correctly. So this we need to the elixir of the dam. All right, so we're good on that one. And we have identified Hinchuck. All right, 5-pointed leaf to grant courage. Red flower to protect the mind. Seed pod for the seed pod for luck. I know what that is. We've seen we have the note for that because that is sheep snap. Is thought to bring good fortune when prepared correctly. The green seed pods of the seed snap have hard outer shell. Right, but I don't think we have that yet. I don't see anything that has green seed pods. So we can't do this one yet. Face Swift. The dreams have changed. I understand now what I need to do. When your librarian friend visits tomorrow, give her this instead of the Palians that she will ask for. She knows something she's not telling you. All right, what are you? You are thin, long, thin leaves, quite rigid, aromatic. The aroma is sharp and citric. Daisy Dock. Oh, you know what? Bluish purple flowers, but it does have the 5-pointed leaves, like this one. Simple potion that will grant courage can be brewed from the leaves. It is said that ancient warriors would take this before going into battle. Go ahead and call that one Daisy Dock. Devils. Why won't you? Why won't you zoom in on anything? All right. Commonly known, it is a plant known colloquially as corpse friend. If ingested this as a seed, it will cause slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once it seeds. It has light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar. Okay. That's interesting. All right. I kind of wonder. I mean, this is citric smelling, not like pine needles. Evuvulum. Do we already have that one tentatively tagged? Don't think so. The scent it produces is considered overpowering. It is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Evulum has many short, pretty leaves. Okay. It's somewhat pungent. Well, definitely looks identical, so I think we're gonna label this one as tentatively Evulum. Whatever. And we're going to start moving some of our tentatively identified stuff up here. And we're going to keep trying to... All right. Farmer's Worry, I don't think we have that because that is a fungus. You guys are already identified. Lesser Meridoc. Round flower head of the Meridoc is made up of smaller yellow florets. A single drop of this strong-smelling sap from this plant can utterly drain a person's mental faculties, rendering them slow and... Oh, wait. Round flower headed. No, that's not yellow. I don't really see anything that matches that. Isle of Neptune. It's also called the Truth Sayer. This plant will force a person to tell the truth when eaten. The sparsely petaled plants give off a strong scent. Now that... Okay, you have got to be the Lyle of Neptune. You look exactly like it. You look just right for it. Right, meek dew, beautiful flower made up of many smaller florets, make this sought after decorative plant. Though it can be difficult, it may be a pleasant looking plant, but touching its leaves against the bare skin will result in painful sores. Rather unpleasant scent. See, it's very specifically for. All right, but it's made up of many smaller things. Now this looks like it could potentially be that. Because it is made up of many smaller plants, all four. We could say this might be meek dew. Palliance we already have marked. Sheep snap we don't have. Spring wax cap. We don't have anything that even looks like that. Zatorian, we've tentatively marked. We do know that this is for certain Hinchuk. Trimble Huff. Traditionally used as decorations in a wedding, as it is thought to strengthen relationships. Cross-section of the small cup-like flower, they generally point downwards to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. I hate when that happens. All right, so downward facing cups. We've got a few that match that, including like this one. The flowers are blue, and it does have a single thing coming off of it. So I'm going to tentatively call this one Trimble Huff. Widow's Woe, said to induce fear, also called Kempfoot, which we've already got one that was, yeah, Widow's Woe. All right. And that is all the ones that I can tentatively identify for right now. Endmore Raven Spider. Equipped with the Arda's knowledge, she journeyed west to the Stone Circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations. Right, to the west of the Stone Circle from the forest would be the Swineside one. All right. Oh, wait a second. We are going to need our disc. I am pretty sure. All right. So we want to start at Endmore. All right, so where is Endmore? Grassmere. All right. Take it slow and... Oh, and more right there. Okay. So we can say take you, and then we say the raven is on here. So we come up to here, and then we say now we go to the spider. A jackdaw croaks hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the long grass. Among them some plants grow. All right. Okay, well, you are big green pods. Though these baubles look soft, they are in fact quite hard. Right, and sheep snap, when the pods have, when the green pods of the sheep snap have a hard outer shell with a sound, but sound hollow and tapped. Okay, so sheep snap. Which means we should be able to make St. Quentin's elixir, I think. So 5-pointed... Five-pointed flower that instills courage. Wait, 5-pointed leaf. 5-pointed leaf. That is one that we haven't. So maybe Daisy Dock? Daisy Dock. Yes, grant courage. Okay. So if we are right, and this is Daisy Dock, that goes there. Red flower to protect the mind. Alright, so we need something to protect the mind, and then a seed pod for luck, which I'm pretty sure is the sheep snap. Yeah, said degree. Alright, so... red flower to protect the mind. Let's take a look at the red flowers that we have. We have the Everbright. We have Candlewood. And St. John's Poppy. So Candlewood provides a shielding effect protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. All right, so yeah, it should be Candlewood then. And it does, it has check marked, so where did you stick it? There it is. So we can reasonably say that this is St. Quentin's elixir. That should officially mark off the Daisy Dock. That is officially, we have officially figured out that that is Daisy Dock. And Sheep Snap. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Well, I mean, this is all just kind of like, hey, yeah. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable, and they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Dock to help me get through it. Okay, so this is Dead Man's Fingers. A fungus that is typically found in dense forests protruding through the mulch. As at a glance, it can appear as though the corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Right, it looks eerily like a ghostly hand. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I think we've seen that or heard something similar to that. All right, time for the mail. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There's no address provided, just the horticulturist, spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Right, so... Ho-ho, so you've got it working. Oh, yes, it works. It works. Look to the north of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret, ho-ho. Okay, so north of Bowfell at the source of Esk. Right, well, Bowfell is here. River Esk, so that's the source of it. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I've never seen before. All right, very bell-like, with a thick stamen. Thora Dunn. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest venture. He's been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here. He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Right, west of Undermere across the lake. All right. So, are you talking like right there or right here? Nothing here. Okay. Well, we've got plenty of plants to water. Man, our shelves are so freaking full here. All right. So I guess like actually inland mushrooms. How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Now, I know I've seen a drawing of those. I know I've seen a drawing of those. Wasn't it Farmer's Worry? Spongy mushrooms with potent abilities, only safe to consume in some small quantities, grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effects have worn off. All right, let's see here. So yeah, red caps have a spongy texture. Spongy mushrooms. Yep, I think that is Farmer's Worry. Which, you know, they are safe to eat in small quantities. That's kind of an important thing. Small quantities. In other words, don't go gorging yourself, man. I'm sure he will anyway, because he sounds like a right idiot. Hit the kitty, then ring the bell. Simone? Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but I've discovered it's a mold problem. I hoped you might have some sweet breath that could help clear this up. Right, so you're wanting the Palliance to clear up mold. Which it does freshen the air. So that's not, I mean, we could, but we also have a chance to, like, do something else. Do we want to give her something that's actually going to take care of her mold problem, or do we want to give her the Lyle of Neptune? And get her to tell us the truth. I mean, while finding out the truth from her, there is a likelihood that she is like she's not telling us everything. But at the same time, we've got just about everything we need. Like we have the recipe for or the key flowers that we need in order to defeat the servant. I'm not sure. I don't think we need to know her deep, dark secrets. I really don't. Like I said, we know how to get rid of the creature, and that's really what we're wanting to do, right? So we're just gonna give her some palliance. Sour Bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. All right, let's see if we can't. I mean, it looks like a triple thing. Bell-like flowers, heart-shaped leaves. Then we also had this one. Overpowered, sickly sweet smell. Flowers are blue. That doesn't help anything. I don't think... We may not have that flower yet. Loriana? My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimble Huff, then it'd save me the trouble of going and finding some myself. Right. So now the question is, do we have the right one labeled as Trimble Huff? I'm thinking we do. Like, it's a nice blue color. It's supposed to look like bells. Traditionally used as decoration in weddings, is thought to, right, the cross-section is a small cup, generally pointed downward to avoid filling with water. And that, I mean, they're generally pointed kind of downward, not like exclusively, but generally trending downward. All right, we're good. Glowhorn. Glowhorn, or forest lantern, or pixie lamp, is a phosphorescent illuminating the trees that it grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking towards it, fearing that faint lights will lure them to their demise. Well, we do have a glowing mushroom here. So I would definitely say it seems to give off a small amount of light. Yeah, that's gotta be it. What else could it be? All right, and I don't think we have anything else. No. Okay, nothing else. Very descriptive, very aptly descriptive. 8 miles to the east. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by the sunset, and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher was not aware that anything happened. Then he saw it, and he became the first victim. All right. I've seen that. I've seen that emblem. It's Ghostforth. So 8 miles to the east of Ghostforth, which is right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gazing at the waters of the lake, Its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the banks. Okay, now those... very thick stamens. And you... bland smelling flower. Okay. Think I might have an idea as to what one of those is, at least. Thora done? Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms. And of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way and I'm worried about him. Well, let's take a look here. Farmer's worry. Often fatal. The antidote is made using Royal Gentia. Royal Gentia, which is these pink ones? Yeah. Right? Liverstone. I do have one that looks kind of like that. Let's take a look at the entry here. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. It smells rotten. I'm going to go ahead and tentatively call this one the liverstone. Oh, well, you got your ass handed to him. I've been to Blackcomb. I've fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. My soul could use a tonic of St. Quentin's elixir if I am ever to recover from the horrors I have seen. Right, well, I just happen to have some St. Quentin's elixir. Prittle. Coveted by the rich, pretty Prittle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. Alright, well, I think I know which one the Prittle is. Purple. Yeah, 5 leaves, kind of the kind of like almost heart-shaped, kind of like almost tooth-shaped. 2 stamens, and a very vivid, pretty color. I'm gonna say that is probably the Prittle. What you got for us today, mailman? There's a hateful man I sometimes see around town. He's called Isidore Burbridge. Yesterday I saw him bending down as though to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could. I know that man. I rushed over and the coward fled. Someday he'll get his comeuppance. Sadgill, Chalice. Alright. So, where is Sadgill? I'm wanting to say I saw it down in the south here, maybe? Upper right? There it is. Alright, so let's zoom in on Sadgill, and we say go to the Chalice. The Chalice clue takes me directly south of Sadgill to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. I don't know if I've heard anything about something like that. Reuben, how's it going? Verona tells me that you are working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. Yep. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual. I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. Swift Snare, the Binder, Ankle Grabber, and Never Let Go are several of the names given to this plant that may give some clue as to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extract oneself without help. Swift Snare has small heart-shaped leaves. Okay. Well, I really don't have anything that looks like that. Nothing that would looks like it would wrap around. Everything evenly spaced out here again. Visiting my grandmother up in Tibet, and I thought I would take her favorite plant to cheer her up. It's blue with large flowers, and it smells lovely and fresh. My Nana calls it sweet breath. Oh, well, what you want is... Palliance? Yes, Palliance. And he gives me nothing. The cheap bastard. This plant is colloquially known as corpse friend if ingested this right. It's light pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. What is your description? Sharp thorns grow at the edge of the upper leaves. Right, okay. I don't think we know what that one is, so we're just gonna put everything away and end the day. Behind the woman, the dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. The decayed gives way to new life, death from life. The cycle starts again west of Witch's Scar by the river. We have White Scar Cave. But the question is, how close to the river? That's the real question, is how close to the river is it? I mean, this is, it does say next to the river, not across the river. Oh, it's White Scar. So yeah, White Scar Cave, next to the river. The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder, from the chest of the skeleton grows a plant. All right, now you, I think. Yes, you are absolutely, Dead Man's Fingers? No, not Dead Man's Fingers. It was Devil's Nightcap. Yes, the plant will grow out of the body of the deceased. And those leaves kind of have an outer ring around them, which just further cements that it is Devil's Nightcap, also known as Corpse Friend. Okay, so let's start organizing these in such a way that we'll know what we need for this. So you are first. Let's see here. It comes Ankle Grabber, which will be the snare. The third is the Fear Bringer. Which was, was it Lesser Meridoc? No, that will just render them dumb. I know there was one that we had that was like, that would bring fear. Brimlock. It protects against, let's see, your cure for skin rashes. Cabalia brings peace. Protection against the mind. Caldery. William opens locks. Common Trouse. Against eye strain. See here, this plant has rejuvenation effects, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize it's a curse, not a blessing. Daisy Dock will grant courage. Dead Man's Fingers. Strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Devil's Nightcap is the Corpse Friend. Dranthium. Right. Elevates one's senses and stuff. Dendra's Miasma, that's just the poison. Ember Soul. Thought to have protective properties. Evulium is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Eye bright brings light. Farmer's worry gives you a short period of great strength. Fever kiss gives you energy boost. Force comfrey is sleeping draw. Fox button is friendship. Gandhi root deals with digestive problems. Gilded dendra will identify dendrous miasma. Glowhorn produces light. Gray sandfire. Sumptuous dental hygiene. Harlequin blue. Right, shrieks. Hinchuck has been known can result in short-term memory loss. Hope heart or hop heart. Pain relief. Jacob's worth. Point the way to any person you wish to locate. Lady of Summer. Ornamental plant. Age with conditions of memory deterioration due to old age. Larkshine. Kidney flower. Let's see here. Doesn't really say what it does other than it has good protection. Lemon dandy. Let's see here. Associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Maridoc is made of small. This plant can utterly drain a person's mental faculties. Lyle of Neptune is truth. Liverstone. Strong paralyzing agent. Long Veracund. Witch's remedy. Is believed to lift curses. Okay, so we need Long Veracund for the curses. So that would be 4th in this lineup. Maiden Sorrow. Right. Helps prevent the mind from wandering and allows you to focus. Mary's Breath. Wide waxy leaves. It is said that a person bound to security using... Okay, security. Meek Dew. Beautiful flower made up of small... it'd be pleasant to look at, but it leaves painful sores. Mellow glow. Right. Makes you forgettable. Mountain Astory. Gives you an aura of confidence and persuasiveness. Norwood. Brightest crunchy root of this plant has the effect of cold bucket. Right. Palliance is sweet breath. Finnet eases gastrointestinal distress. Priddle is just a pretty plant. Red ebony. There's this plant that uncovers that which is hidden. Okay, Wren detects poison. Gentria releases Swift Snare. Right, as Sheep Snap is luck, good fortune. Shimmerlung. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting, okay, right. Bright light. Solomon's Scepter. Used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Sour Bandy. Will help with memory recovery. Spring Wax Cap. Helps relieve pain. St. John's poppy gives better hearing. Dorian. Highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and death. Sunset Mountain Cap stinks. Tremble Huff. Said to strengthen a relationship. Get used in weddings. Wandering Boo. Let's see here. Moves in the dark. Doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Weeping Bell. Soft frills can soothe insect bites. Widow's Woe. Induces fear. Okay, so Widow's Woe, which I think we tentatively identified. Yes, so you would be number 3. And then the last one was whatever it is that cures the Dendra's poisoning. I know we have one. Abilities. I thought we did. Oh, okay. So it's the Elderfinium. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma. Okay. Elderfinium. All right, so you would be the last. So, yeah, we're just missing the snare now. Wake up, Katie. I don't want to startle you. David? I lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. Well, I'm doing what I can. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there's a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was somewhat vague about where the cave is. Somewhere east was all she would say when I pressed her. Okay, anything hidden in this one? So somewhere east of Arnside. Which Arnside is down here, yeah. She's not talking about the cave, is she? Yes, she is. A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening where it nears the ground just enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. The large boulder is blocked at the entrance and too heavy to move. Well, we can use some Farmer's Worry to get through. Twilight Lepiota. In the twilight where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. I'm surprised at how easily I'm able to roll the boulder away with the help of Farmer's Worry. As my eyesight adjusts to the darkness, I discover a cluster of fungi. All right, and that was the right spot. So we have waxy reddish caps. Wasn't there just one that was like just straight up just spring wax caps? Yeah. Edible mushroom that's sometimes mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. That certainly looks like it, doesn't it? So we're going to call you Spring Wax Cap. And you, Dark and Imposing Strange. My fingertips feel slightly numb. I suppose that could be the liver stone as well, couldn't it? Caution is advised when handling this planet is due to strong paralyzing agents. Yes, it is. Okay, so just handling it makes my fingertips feel numb, so that is very much a paralyzing agent. So this one is liver stone. And I can say that with some certainty. All right, give me just a moment here. I need to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So yeah, we've got that. We've got those identified fairly well now. Alden, my wife of 30 years, is dying. That's the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there's nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about. I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging you. Wow, and we don't even do we even get a chance to like fend him off or anything like that? Like say like, hey, don't do this, do that. Okay, fine. I will give you the elixir of the damned. It's not going to be your actual wife. It's All right. Average. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. It is said that if you give haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. I think I might have that. So, blue flowers along the stem. No, except for these are pictured as being. Now that absolutely looks like it, doesn't it? Like, especially these three bottom ones here almost match perfectly with that. Althea O'Shea. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. I do have liverstone. I'm pretty sure. Reasonably sure. Not that I'm going to turn away a customer, but I do want to know, what is it that liverstone does? Caution is advised when handling this. Oh, right. It's strong paralytic. Okay. Thumb. Pronounced tomb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. Tomb is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles. Unknown. Oh, Miss Jade Mask. I can't control it anymore. This has gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. You have to help me. All right. What is Widow's Woe again? Said to induce fear. Or we can give you Dead Man's Fingers, which said to strengthen resolve. Okay, well, you need to strengthen your resolve, lady. You do not need to be falling apart on us. You need to stay strong. Carnivorous Tauren. Well, I wonder what that is. Known in the North as Andrew's Bane, after the unfortunate demise of a man called Andrew Jardin. He was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the Tauren. Revered in the occult world, a cross-section of the Tauren stem reveals a pentagon symmetry. Right, so I'm willing to bet that is probably this. I think we can safely say that this is Carnivorous Tauren. There's been talk of the last few nights down the royal oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people. I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I don't dare leave my house now. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely lighten the place up. Pennybell. The leaves of the pennybell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. However, it is highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death. Okay. Do you want to give me something more to go on with that one, or? Bell-like flowers, heart-shaped leaves. Well, that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and label this one as Pennybell for now. No, we've got that one. We've got that one marked tentatively. Velium. Any ones that don't have a check mark, we're going to go over again just to see. Haverage. Pretty low blue flowers. Right, I'm pretty sure we've got that one marked. Lesser Meridoc. That one's... I know we've got that one marked. I just don't remember where it is. I was pretty sure we did. We don't. Okay. All right, we're gonna separate you guys with these dudes. Okay, single drop of the strong-smelling sap from this plant can utterly drain a person's mental faculties. It has a sweet scent, like strawberries dipped in honey. Right, so the round flower head is made up of those are pointy. I'm not sure what lesser Meridoc would be. Lilac Neptune, we've got that one. Meekdew, we've got marked. Pennybell, we've got marked. Priddle, we've got marked. Sour Bandy. Can help with memory recovery, especially if memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name from this plant derives from the fact that although edible, this large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Spring wax caps, we've got that one marked. Torium, we got that one marked. Swift snare, we don't have. tomb. I'm not sure we've got anything that that even looks like that. Because it's got several leaves coming off of a singular stalk. Well, now that actually smells like sweet rhubarb. That's a maybe? Right. Twilight Lipotia, where shadows grow. Right. Do not be fooled by the pretty flowers that smell awful. Bland smelling flower. Rather unpleasant scent. And it has a rib running down the middle of the leaves. They look about right. Pretty flower, unpleasant smell. I think we're just gonna, I think we're gonna close the book and hope for the best. She finally had the power she craved all these years, a servant to do what she willed. But that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken, and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread. It was death. Day 16. Okay, so now we have to the east of the castle, across the river, through the mountain pass. It grows at the edge of the wood. Which castle? Bergamot Castle? Munster Castle? Or Muncaster Castle? Or to the east of... Okay, well, there is no river to the east of that. There is one, but there's not really a mountain path. How many more castles are there? There's this castle, cross the river through a mountain path. It grows at the edge of the woods. Trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me. I'm rewarded with a new find. Oh, hello. Hello. You are absolutely the frickin', yes, you are absolutely the, what was it? Snare? Swift Snare. Yes, you are Swift Snare. All right. Did I not... Right, Widow's Woe is said to induce fear. Okay, so you guys need to move over here because you are not part of this. Widow's Woe, Long Vericude. Long Vericude, which is the lifts curses and amphibium. So these are our 5 for that. So we have Corpse Friend, Swift Snare, Ankle Grabber, the Binder. Very, very poetic, sir. Then we have Widow's Woe, which lifts a curse. No, Widow's Woe that brings fear. Long Veracund, which lifts curse. And then, yeah. Okay. Hey, Verona. It is time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes you've been able to track down all the plants we need. Right. The ritual site was... was that over by Swine's... Swine's... What was it? Wait, no, it was near Blackcomb, south of the Great Oak / the Watcher. Right? Yes. That's right. Okay, so... So, Blackcomb, south of the Watcher or the Great... I'm gonna guess it's in this clearing right here. The small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. All right. So, the first is this one. Second is this. Third is that. Fourth is this. Fifth is that. Well done. I'll take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality, it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning around, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us from the other side of the clearing. Behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. Yeah, he doesn't look friendly. How can anybody look at that and not think, oh God, why? What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I am here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to... The creature lunges forward, brings a huge arm scything down on her. Scream pierces the cold air, and she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off one side as it comes hurtling down, and the beast's claws end up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. You're welcome, Thea. I can't hold it back much longer. You need this. She throws a small vial of red liquid, which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly, I know what to do. Verona grabs the vial, fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. The servant has its huge arm free again and is slowly advancing with strange, jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine, and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who is clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. Thank you. There's an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. Patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. I think we got the right plans. My head is spinning with what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that Thea was able to stay in control of the beast as long as she did. Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it causing the destruction it craved? Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, is the one who summoned the servant. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. And as for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of the strange horticulture, of course, with Hellborn for company. It's quieter around here, but I'm content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. So Reuben is alive, attempting to reconnect with his daughter. Verona Green is alive, and she regularly visits you for advice. You have become firm friends. Alice, Bethany Coleman is alive, and in our debt, your actions help save the sisterhood. Faye Swift is alive. She has not dreamed of the servant since you performed the ritual. Enos Aylford is in hiding. He has not been seen since the defeat of the servant. There are rumors that he is living in Rydell Cave once again. Forrest Vare is wounded. Both his body and his pride have been damaged, but he lives. Thea is in hiding, ashamed of her actions that caused so much pain and death. It is unlikely she will ever fully recover from the trauma. And Isidore Burbridge is alive and currently pursuing legal action against strange horticulture. So the sleeping Dendrew, it is done. The servant can go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. We've got ending 2, Elder Finium. But we're not done, I don't think. I think there's like an epilogue, isn't there? Earlier. Right. So we've identified most of the plans. Have you ever heard of the Monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would be of interest. I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street, so we need to go to Ravenglass, all right? Which is right here. I'm met by a man with thick black beard and kind eyes who is delighted to have found a willing ear to listen to his stories. But you won't find the Monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of the wood, I remember that much. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face, and it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers, then we followed a river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. They left me here in Ravenglass, and I've stayed here ever since. As you turn to leave, he adds, here, if you're serious about going, you better have this. The elixir of the Black Veil. No seed will grow that does not wither, no water will languish upon the river, no man will last forever, we all will wear the blackened veil. Leaf of sortian, dark flower of the tomb, and stench of the twilight. All right, that's... All right, so there is the leaf of the Storian, which we do tentatively have marked. All right, let's get everything a bit more over a bit more. All right, so we're pretty sure this is Storian. Dark flower of the tomb. No, I didn't want that. I want you to turn the page. And again. So tomb. Fragrance of... Okay, so dark flowers of the tomb. I'm pretty sure that's it. I think. It looks about right. So we're going to say Dark Cloud of the Tomb and Stench of Twilight. What the hell would be Stench of Twilight? take a look here. Do we have... Oh, right, we did have one that was Twilight, where shadows grow and take leaf and root. Right. Be not fooled by its pretty... Oh, right, we had pretty flowers... But I wasn't sure on that one. I was thinking it was this one, kind of the purplish one. Well, we'll find out. I would say I was right. So this is the Elixir of the Black Veil. All right. So we've got that done. Okay, and we also have three circles. Okay, so circles represent... All right, so 1, 2, right, and then over and up to would be that, and from there over to up to there. Okay, so yes, it is this one. So it's up 1, 2 over 1. That should be it. Yes. Okay, so the sun is low in the sky. I'm tired after a long day. But I've earned this reward. All right, I'm pretty sure I know which one you are. Let's move our unidentified plants over here. I remember there was, I don't remember what it was called. Was it the Lesser Meridoc? Round flower head of this Meridoc is made up of smaller florets. Yes, 5 and pointy. Okay, so you are the Lesser Meridoc. All right. And we're good on that. So what does this say? Right. Okay. So the monastery was on the edge of a wood. I remember that much. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face. And it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers. All right. So he was in... Ravenglass. Okay, so... we followed a river we crossed 2 rivers. We followed one river. I could hear it on my left as we traveled. So they must have come up this one. So on the edge of the forest. So they were heading west, crossed 2 forests, and then followed this river down. All right. Three figures, their faces hidden behind black coverings, come out to meet me. The figure on the left speaks first. The monks of the Black Veil know of the horticulturist. Then one in the center of the group adds, they will share their knowledge if they receive payment. Lecture of the Black Veil. All right, and we get 3. Oh, good gods, we get a lot of them. Okay. No, you down there, you up here. All right. So, Amberella, a powerful balm against disease of the heart. It will not be a cure once illness has set in, but it can ease pain and prolong life. Amberella has long, rounded leaves and a flower that smells like strawberries. All right. Well, I would say you are probably Umbrella. Or Amberella. All right. And then we have Bellanox. The moonlight flower, dark, mysterious, and beautiful, has enchanted people for centuries. It is thought to send people mad with obsessive desires, seductively luring them to the depths like a siren's call. All right. So you are something dark. Kind of like that one. So I'm going to call you Bellanox. Burdum? The thick leaves make a tasty addition to soups and stews. Superstitious folk won't allow burdum into their homes as they believe it brings bad luck. Strong and leathery. Definitely looks like it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call you Burdum. Demel. This unremarkable flower is related to the common thistle. Its leaves are occasionally brewed into a tea that calms anxiety. All right. I think you... Bland smelling, yes. So you must be the demo. Fool's Midnight. Used by some as an aphrodisiac, though the potent sulfuric aroma is enough to put off most. Right, so it smells rotten. That's sulfuric. So, Fool's Midnight. Average, we've got. Lesser Meridoc, we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Got that. Poliscus? The Poliscus flower is crushed into a paste to cure coughs and sore throats. This author can attest to the supposed cure does not work. All right, but we only have like a couple more that we haven't really identified. Flowers are very delicate. Leaves are smooth, soft to the touch. Large stamen seems to be the source of acerbic odor. So this one looks like it. Twiddle we've got. Sour Bandy we don't have. So this one must be the Sour Bandy, right? Oh yes, look at the stamen. See how it kind of like, yeah. This one is absolutely the Sour. Sour Bandy. All right, so that should have all of them done. So, all right, what are you looking for, Simone? It's good to see you too, Hellborn. It's been a while. You seem as relaxed as ever, though. Nothing ever phases you, does it? I must admit, I've been buried in my books and seem to have missed all the excitement. Wait, I thought this was earlier, not later. I hear you and your plants had a part to play, though. I've been collecting some information on a selection of plants for a little book I'm putting together. I was hoping you could help me finish identifying all of these plants. Bellinox. Spring Westcap. Waxcap. Now we're going to find out exactly how good we are. Heveredge. Ooh, we're on a roll. Fool's Midnight. Demo. Lesser Meridoc. Where did you get off to? Umbrella. Evuvilium. Evian. This one. Yes. Oh. Pennybell. I think we got them all. Birdum. Oh, that's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Poliscus. Lyle of Neptune. That was this one. Aguria. Sour Bandy. Meekdew. Yeah. Carnivorous Thorum. Cautery. What was that one look like? Riddle. Riddle. There we go. 77 out of 77 identified. Yeah. And all the ones that we were kind of like, well, it might be. We were right. Well, that seems to have been all of them. You know, I think you've earned the right to call yourself an experienced horticulturist. Okay. Thanks. Bye. So yes, we rocked that shit. Like we just... I love it when that happens where it's just like, okay, I'm pretty certain on these. And it's like, okay, well, let's test your knowledge, okay? Just no wrong answers. Damn, that feels good. All right, so tomorrow we will start off Strange Antiquities. And this is the follow-up game that came out last year. Now, I don't know if they're making a third one or not, but they literally, the Bad Vikings, the people who do this, it's actually, Bad Viking is a game studio with basically two brothers living in England. One of them does the coding, one of them does the art, and they, as they say, they make strange games. So yeah, we will continue on and we'll get into Strange Antiquities starting off tomorrow. But for now, that's where we're going to end. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, consider prodding that subscribe button. Don't forget the top link in the description down below will take you to our fourth wall page where we have all kinds of merch like our Stick of Truth inspired t-shirts, our Stardew Valley inspired mugs, and much, much more. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below because YouTube isn't great about notifying you guys. That's everything like our Facebook page, Twitter account, Tumblr account, Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we will be back with Jedi Survivor, and then that following midnight, we will be back here with Strange Antiquities. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!